I'm going to start with a Broadway reference. How many of you know the musical Oliver? Yes, right? Well, it was one of my first musicals I ever did. Can you guess who I played? No, they didn't think I was sweet enough. I auditioned for Oliver, and I got up and I did, "Where?" And they said, "Could you sing Consider Yourself?" I said, "Sure." And I'm like, "Consider yourself." So I played the Artful Dodger. Perfect for me. So there's a part in Oliver where, Mr. Bumble is, do you know who Mr. Bumble is? He runs the workhouse that poor little Oliver lives in. And he's feeding them all, and then Oliver, they never feed them enough. There's not enough. So these kids are being taught there's just not enough in the world. You only get what you get, period. Well, Oliver, being the renegade that he is, I don't know why they didn't cast me in that. Being the renegade that he is, takes his little plate and walks up to Mr. Bumble, and he says, "I'd like some more, please." That's probably why I didn't get it. Terrible reading. Because I'd be like, "I want some more, please." Okay, back to me. Yes, the mental equivalent of this talk. Okay, so he says, "I want some more, please," right? And Mr. Bumble says, I'll do it with me, "More." Oh, let's do that again. Ready? More. And of course, Oliver runs away, and then a big song happens, and they chase him all over the place. So, the title of my talk today is "More, Please." And part of this talk is about the very nature of the fact that I think many of us don't feel we have the right to say, "More, please. I want more of this." As though we should be content with what we have. And I'm not saying that we should be discontented, although divine discontent has brought a lot of good into the world. You all know what divine discontent is? It's that thing in you that knows you are equal to more than what you are living. More than what you have, even. But it's not about what you have. So when you say, "I want some more," what are you really saying? And first thing we have to do is be okay with the fact that it's okay to say, "I want more." I love this song. It so sprung me into what I needed to know and hear about this, which is that when something comes along, be it Eric or some beautiful thing in our life, it's just natural to go, "Oh my God, this is amazing. I want more of this," not less. I don't want less of this. I want more of this. I want more of the good. And you know why? Because you are that good. So I have 3 questions for you today. The first question, well, no, you know what? I'm going to make it 4. The first question really has to be, are you okay with saying you want more? Yes. You didn't have to answer me, but glad you did. Really, are you okay? And why don't you really look at your life? Are there places in your life where you're actually not saying it because you don't think you should, or that you deserve it, or you are equal to it, or it's not right? It's not right. I worked with someone this week, or maybe it was last week, but somebody answered a question of mine with, "I know I should be happy with what I have." And I got to tell you, whenever I hear somebody say to me, "I know I should be happy with what I have," my first answer is, "No, you shouldn't, because obviously you're not, or you wouldn't say that." So you're already talking yourself out of the idea that you can have more. So when you hear yourself saying things like, "I should be really happy with what I have a good life," basically you're trying to shove down something in you that is saying, "I don't care how great your life is, there is more. There is more for you to have, there's more for you to be, there's more for you to express, there's more for you to learn, there's more for you to know. There's more for you to actually experience in life." So that's the first question. Can you get out of the way of anything that stops you from knowing that you have a right to say, "More, please"? And the please is just the way we actually respect and dignify this thing that we are. Gratitude for it right away. So that's number 1. So the next question would be, what do you want more of? What do you want more of in your life? Aaron said it. If you want to be happy, if you want anything, you must lay down your intention. So, what do you want more of in your life? Do you want more love in your life? And I don't mean like romantic love, although that's not so bad if you want that. We could all have more romantic love in our lives. I couldn't. I have Kevin. He is like amazing at that. No, he is. I drove to San Diego yesterday to see his opening night with the kids, and when we got there, here's a man who's opening a show, starring in a show. He has more dialogue. I don't know how he memorized that show. And he sets a hotel room up for me and the kids, fully stocked, and somehow he managed to get everything set up in the hotel room for us. And we get there, and I just looked around and I was like, oh, God, did I marry well? So, do you want more romance? Do you want more love? What do you want more of? Do you want more money? Because a lot of people have a hard time saying, I want more money, because that just sounds greedy. I want more money. Good. Margaret wants more money. Who wants more money? Does anybody not want more money? Right. Yeah, good. Because there is more to have. There really is. There is more of everything to have. And yet, in the end, it's not going to be about having. See, that's the thing about this religion, this science, this philosophy, this way of life. We get pegged as the religion that's selfish. The selfish religion. All they do, they just gimme, 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 gimme. It's all about, I remember when I was a Buddhist, and I was a Broadway Buddhist, and one of the things they used to say to us is, because the Broadway Buddhists we were all chanting Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, give me what I'm asking for. And that's really what it was about. I could feel it, all of us. It was like, okay, I want more money, I want this, I want that, let me chant for it. It's not about that. It really isn't. Ultimately it is, because if you're chanting, you're really chanting to get into a state of consciousness and an atmospheric state of oneness that allows you to be equal to everything. So, money. Do you have a problem? Anybody here? Just, you don't need to raise your hand, but for yourself, is there something in you that balks at the concept of, I want more money? Now, the next one I'm going to ask you, no one's going to balk at. Do you want more health? More vibrancy? More youth? More vitality? Well, maybe you are balking at it. Okay. How many want that? You can give me a show of hands. How many want more health? More vibrancy? Right. Okay. So we know there are certain things we let ourselves say, I want more of this. But you know what? It is time for us to take that off the table, that there is anything that we would want more of that is wrong. Unless you want more pain. You want more lack. Anybody want more lack? Anyone want more dis-ease? No. Well, then how come it keeps showing up sometimes? If our world is governed by a science that brings forward whatever we are equal to, some of us are equal to some diseases. Some of us are equal to some financial hardships. Some of us are equal to relationship problems. What is that all about? And here's the thing, we have to be okay with that. We have to be okay with that and look at it the same way the law looks at it, which is in a very impersonal way. Because the law is just saying, what do you want? I'm going to give you more of whatever you put into me. So if you put fear into me, I'm going to give you more fear. You put worry into me about your body and your health, I'm going to give you more to be worried about. I sound like my mother. Anybody have a mother that said that? Yeah, you keep saying that, I'll give you more to say that about. Right? Philadelphia. Right? So, Mariana Kitts, are you here? Yes. Philadelphia, right? Jersey. Right. So whatever you put into it, it's going to give it to you back. So that was the second question. What do you want more of? Do you want more creative expression? Is there anybody here who would like to be more creative? Okay. Okay. Is there anybody here who would like the world to actually be a part of their creativity? To actually like what we're doing? To actually succeed at it? To actually let it out there and have somebody say, oh my God, I love that. Now, we don't do it for that, but we can say we want that. I don't write, bless you, I don't write a musical so that it's just a flop musical that runs for 2 weeks. Anybody making their projects so that they could keep them at home and never let anybody see them? Well, yeah, some of us do that because we're afraid to let them be seen because we're still in the judgmental stage of thinking we're not equal to whatever it is we want. Every single person here has the right to create from that place of openness, that place of oneness. Create from that place of no judgment. Just let it out. Create it. Just do it now. And who cares what the world thinks? And if I am equal to knowing that what I bring forth is needed by this universe, let me tell you, the world's going to think some pretty great things. That's how this works. So it's not about, can I do it? Am I allowed to do it? It's, are you going to do it? Are you willing to say, I want more creativity, more creative expression, more passion? Who wants more passion in their life? More passion. Just want to wake up. I want to wake up in the morning, and the first thing I think of is, yes, I'm so happy to be here. Not, what's to do today? What do I have to do today? Let me check my emails. What if we started our day with that intention? I am happy to be here, and there is more for me to do and know and experience right now. And then just jump out of bed, because you're sleeping on a loaf of bread. You jump out of bed with a spring in your step, and you just hop into the shower, and now it's like, oh my God, bring me more of this incredible shower. And you live your life that way. How would that feel? Yeah. Wouldn't that feel good? Yeah. And I'm not saying I do that every day. I don't. There are days I don't shower. That's impossible. I'm gay. So, gay men shower a lot. Right? I don't know, it's something about it. So that's the second question, right? So the third question is, so the question is, I don't know what you're all laughing at about that, but I'll just pretend it's not dirty. So what do I want more of? And now the second question, this is the metaphysical side of this even more so. Why do you want more? Why do you want more? Do you ever have people ask you, well, why do you want more? You're good. Why do you want more? But the real question is, metaphysically speaking, why do you want more? Why do we want more? Every single person in this room, I don't care what financial status you're at, you are part of the 10% of the richest people in the world. Do y'all know that? So with that in mind, we really should put our kvetching away. No matter how hard you think you have it, you're in the top 10% of the wealthiest people in the world. Not in the United States, clearly. Some of you are. So that's important to know. And yet, it shouldn't stop you from saying, I want more. So, why do you want more? Why do you want more? I'll just give you a moment to think about that. Why do you want more? Now I'm going to give you the answer. Because I am God, meaning I am that divine energy of life, and so are you. Because I am that infinite wellspring of good, unlimited wealth, incredible health and vibrancy, creative expression, without stop. Because I am all of that, it is absolutely inevitable that if I am living at less than that, I'm going to want more. Because it's called divine discontent, as I said earlier. I will want more. So when you feel yourself wanting more, it's because you're supposed to. It's that simple. You are supposed to want more. And the only reason you may not want more is because you may have bought what something told you previously. That you are supposed to do without. That you are supposed to withhold. That you are supposed to allow yourself to be a worm of the dust until you go to heaven and experience the more. Who said ew? You said ew? So my fear about that is that we're going to die and there's not going to be a heaven and we're going to show up again. And again. And again. And the spiritual joke in all of this is every time we show up, we forget what happened last time. So it's really something to think about. Are we willing to allow ourselves to feel what we feel, hear what we hear, ask what we ask, demand what we demand, and expect what we expect out of life? And if you are not expecting your life to expand exponentially after this talk, then you are not listening. Are you expecting that? Yes. This shouldn't just be another Sunday talk. This should be a call to action. That song, when I heard it, was a call to action. Bring me more of this. I'm not asking something outside of myself. I'm not saying, oh God, bring me more of this. I'll do whatever it takes. And if I really mean that, I'll do whatever it takes. The only thing it's going to take is to putting it here. So clearly, knowing who I am, so vehemently. So, if I'm willing to say it's okay to ask for more, if I know what the more is I want, and if I understand that it is a divine urge in me, the only thing left to ask is, where is it? Where is it? What's blocking it? What is blocking my way? What is blocking the more? What's blocking it? And the truth is, the only person that's going to know what's blocking it is you. And here's the other part. You know what's blocking it. Yes? Yes. Anybody not know what's blocking it? Sometimes. Okay. Fear, okay. What else? Beliefs. What kind of beliefs? I love that. Negative beliefs. Negative beliefs. Some belief in you. And if you're willing to use your mind to back it up, this whole center's about backing up. Just back up. Like Gladys Knight said to the Pips, back up. That's what this is about. Are you willing to take your mind and back it up? The Beyond Limits class is just an amazing group of people, and I am really working hard to keep saying, back it up further, back it up further, back it up further, back it up further. It's one thing to get to a belief, but what's that belief coming from? Because when you get to the prime belief, when you get to that real core belief, then you know what the work is. And if you find that belief, wow, you're halfway home. You're halfway home. But if you don't know they're there, they just keep working for you. Ernest Holmes says this: there is no limit to what is inherent in all men and women, obviously. There is no limit to what is inherent in you. It is inherent in you to be successful. It is inherent in you to be rich, to be prosperous, to be expressing yourself at the highest level of consciousness. Your talents, no matter where you are in your evolution of your career, your talents are primal. They're ready to be expressed right now. Lori Donato, you are at the point in your career, you are ready to go even further. Yes? Yes. Absolutely. Barbara Shane, when you get up and just open your mouth and sing, most of us melt. I would say all of us melt, but I want to give it room for anybody else. You know. I don't know who that could be, but, right? So we should be willing to take that. Zachary, you have this amazing book inside of you. It's ready to come out, yes? Yes. All of us, and I know you all have. You all share things with me about things you're doing. Let them out. Let it go. And I will not go into that Disney tune. Right? So if Ernest Holmes is saying that there is inherent power, there is no limit to the inherent power within all of us, then who are we to not do it? Who are we to say there is an inherent power in all people of the universe? For me, it's a little difficult to tap into. And yet I think we're kind of all saying that a little bit. Yes? Anybody feel like they're saying that just a little bit? But for me, in my house, it's just a little difficult. You don't know the family I came from. We got to get rid of all the yeah buts and all the experiences and all the excuses that we have. How many of you still have excuses? Yeah, I know, right? You just put up 2 hands. Right? Get rid of the excuses. If there's no limit to what you can be, why limit yourself with excuses? Even the past, all the things, let them go. That's why I say forgive everything. Because if you don't forgive everything, whatever you don't forgive, that unforgiveness is one of the things stopping you, holding you back. So what do you still have to let go of? The last quote I have for you today is a quote from Confucius, and it's this: the will to win, the desire to succeed, the urge to reach your full potential, these are the keys that will unlock the door to personal excellence. The will to win, the desire to succeed, the urge to reach your full potential. is there a person in this room today or online who believes they are working at their full potential, that they are living at their full potential, that they are experiencing life at life's full potential? I would say no, for me. I know that I'm getting there, and I know that I keep laying that intention down and saying, this is what I expect and nothing less. But we have to be willing to be that person that says that, and then lives that, and then stays guard at the mind that is constantly thinking things that would stop that from happening. So these are the keys that will unlock the door to personal excellence. When I read this quote, the first thing I read was the will to win. And you know, I grew up in a time when we were taught that winning isn't everything. And that winning, it's not about winning, it's just about how you play the game. So, I'm going to change that for me. I have changed it for me, but I'm going to tell you what I think about that. It is about winning. It's about setting the goal and the intention to win. Now, what does winning mean? For me, winning means I have given it my fullest. I haven't allowed anything to stop me. I haven't taken any considerations from the past and pulled them into today. And then, however it unfolds, is a winning proposition to me. And that is not just some la-la land way of getting over things that you don't win. Because I don't believe everything that is a win or lose is mine to win. If I wanted every single thing, then there are some things that I would never learn, know, experience. I've learned as much from not winning as I have from winning. But I lose when I don't actually step into it from a place of knowing who I am. So, give me more of this. Are you willing in this month to feel good about wanting more? To feel good about accessing this power in such a vibrant way that you can and will create exactly what it is you want. And a lot of that means you have to be willing to let go of what you don't want. And that's the rub. Are you willing to let go of what you do not want? And are you willing to let go of what really no longer serves you? I am. We are throwing things out around this building. We are throwing things out around my house. I am throwing out negative thoughts, the few that I still have left. I am throwing out past ideas. I am throwing it all out because guess what? In the end, it doesn't serve me. In the end, it doesn't stand up to who I am. I loved Don Savage. Don and Laurie sent me a picture of Don, and you'll see it. It'll go on the website this week, of Don. Don's a tall guy, like kind of standing above the pile of things they threw away. And he's wearing a hat. It's really cute. And Sarah and Zach sent me like 4 pictures of piles of things they have thrown away. That's a metaphor. What do you got to throw away in your mind? And now my last thing. It's not about getting, and it's actually not even about having more. And I hope you get this. Having more, if it's about having more, I am off balance. Because now I've put my attention on the external world of form, and I am now aiming at that. Having more only shows up when I am more. So my job is to expand this, to know the truth, to keep expanding this, to keep studying this philosophy and all other philosophies that teach love and that teach the truth of who I am. So that as I become more up here, more shows up. So it's not about going after the more. It's not even about saying, I want the more. Want is not the word you really need to use. You know what word you need to use? I am the more. If there's something in me that's saying want, turn it around to am. Don't run away from it. And just say, I am the vibrancy of life. I am the prosperity of the universe. I am the love that is mine to give and receive. I am the passion that is mine to express. I am all that I think I want. And when I do that, when I know that so clearly, and I remember who I am so clearly, and I allow myself to be like little Oliver and walk up and say, more, please. And that's really how it needs to be said. As the adult Oliver, as the spiritually evolved Oliver, as the Oliver who is out of the line, the food line, who no longer thinks he has to live in the workhouse, get the metaphor? Who no longer thinks he's a poor orphan that nobody wants, and that he's separate and alone in the world. No, he is a fully realized, fully orbed, amazing man or woman that just stands up and says, more, please, because I know who I am. Namaste.